good you feel about that rotation you got right now?
Well, I think it's the deepest spot of our team. We've kind of said that all season. And the thing that's frustrating for Coach Tibbs and myself is, for the most part, like if you watch that game, one long run popped in the first half and linebacker didn't stay in his gap. But then, our issues have been when runs pop, it's just getting it down. It should be an 8-yard run. Too many times is a 40-yard, 50-yard run, and that's just second, third level, just making plays in space, and that's where we've got to get better at. Because we were pretty good. I thought, Tinu, I thought dominated up front. I thought he absolutely dominated their center. Best game he's played since we've been here. I thought Elijah played good. I thought really all the way around. I thought Jimmy had a really good game in the box. I thought we were pretty clean. I thought Crossley played his best game of the season. By far, was good in coverage. Was physical on some stuff, throwing it up in there. I thought Nick Roberts had a really consistent game. I thought Sam Westfall played good. Just some of those other guys on the back end, we need to step up and be more consistent and continue to get better as a group. And it's been a growing process this season. And we've been I don't know. Overall as a team, if I've been anywhere where you've just had this many just injuries week to week, and I'm proud of our kids to respond. I mean, you got Tyler in there running the ball on offense, and Kevin in there. I mean, that's huge, and kind of to see our defensive kids rally behind them, and we struggled coming out the gate, and then for us to respond and finish the way we did was a big positive.
Are those long runs, the second, third level? Is that guys kind of watching somebody else make a play or expecting somebody to make a play? Do you think, or is it just
tackles.
Kind of okay? Got it.
Yeah, it's missed tackles. I mean, it's just getting guys down in space. I mean, it's as simple as that. Typically, missed tackles and or angles to the football. And so stuff we've been coaching, and it's not like we're not addressing it. We're working on it, and a lot of those are guys that hadn't played a lot of college snaps. Guys like Nick, and like I said, Crossley improved tremendously. I mean, I thought he had a great game all the way around for us. I thought Nick had a really good game. It's just, the one, it really was the one really long one that popped in the first half there. So we just got to get better at that, because you can't, you sit there and you watch a game like that outside of, to start the second half. I mean, we're knocking out the run for 2 and 3 yard and 1 yard and, 4 yard gains. That's good football. And, that's where you hold teams to 100, 115 yards rushing. But then we have that 50-yard run that pops. And so then you look at the stat line and you're like, we gave up 200 rushing, but it doesn't feel like we gave up 200 rushing because it's an explosive big play. And so just got to get better at that and continue to stress it and work on it and harp on it. And, guys got to embrace it, So we're getting there. Like I said, I'm proud of how we started and proud of how we finished. And, that second and third quarter, I put as much on me as anything. Like I said, there was 6 to 8 calls that came in late. When the backup quarterback kind of affected everything too, because you're down by, whatever it was, 25, 21 points coming out of a half. Then all of a sudden, you got a backup quarterback in the game, but they're down. The guy can run. Everything was built for a guy that couldn't run. We obviously had discussed all week him being in and short yardage. We felt like he was definitely going to play short yardage situations with the running back out because they were normally just handing the ball to a 260-pound running back. So how are you going to move the chains on third and short? Gain an extra number by bringing him in the game. But obviously the majority of our game plan was not built around +1 runs, and then they're down. So are you going to defend the quarterback running the ball? Are you going to defend the RPOs? Or are you going to defend drop back? And so all of a sudden it kind of made it tough to figure out, because they kind of were calling just everything. We got QGT, but then we'd get tempo RPO, and then we'd get drop back, and you're kind of trying to figure out, okay, what's best. Hindsight's 20/20. I know what we should have done, and kind of went to. We made some changes early that were fine, but we were covering those guys pretty good, and so we probably should have just put a body on a body, honestly, more than anything. When we lined up in our man stuff, we were pretty solid in coverage on them. So,
what do you see out of Clayton Tune?
He's so experienced. I was telling them, we were in 2018, I think his first college start was when I was at Memphis. De'Aaron King went down. We played him at our place. I mean, it was 2018, So, we won't see as good of a quarterback as him all season. Experience, keeps plays alive. Really, him and Preston are very similar as far as ability to keep plays alive. A lot of moxie, can kind of step in, make every throw. Obviously has good wideouts around him, good decision maker, takes care of the football, all of those things. So, he's a big time challenge for us for sure.
Do offenses have kind of an inherent advantage coming out of the locker room at halftime, seeing what you guys are doing for a half and adjusting to that?
Well, I mean, yeah, they were not – I don't think they were ready for what we did in the first half, and so that was good. And, you're not going to – it's like we talked about staff. We adjusted kind of after that first drive coming out and put our guys into some more four-man front and some different things that we were doing there that we hadn't worked as much, but, stuff that our guys know that we can go execute. But, we had – a lot of it was – like I said, there was a couple calls that for sure came in late on me, and then they go switch verts. We're in cover 3. We got 2 guys there. It's a 50-yard touchdown. Then, gosh, somebody's got to make a play. We got 2 guys there. They got 1 guy. Their guy made the play. We didn't. So we did step up and made enough plays, like the 2 turnovers, to win that game for us. But those are the situations we got to be better at. And our guys know that. So, I don't think you don't change your plan if it's working. If it's working, you're going to make them have to adjust before you come out necessarily and all of a sudden say, okay, now we're going to do this. Well, if it's working, let's keep doing this. Let's believe in it, and then make adjustments as we need. And also you just kind of playing in a game like that. It's our job. It's my job to not necessarily try to stop every single play, but keep it in front as much as we can. In a situation like that, how do we make sure we've got depth in the defense? And like I said, we had guys in position to make plays, but you don't want to be in a bunch of cover 0 or 0 quarters or something like that. We're up 21 points at half. Make them have to drive the ball, which is what you saw at the end. They get down there on the 8, we make a play, make another play, no points, boom, game's over. So I think being patient and our kids having poise in that situation, hey, make them earn it. We got to make plays. And I thought overall, really, if we had executed on third down and, the plan we had was okay. I think there's some things we could have done different. The coverage piece was good. There's a couple calls I for sure wish we had back. But if we'd executed better on third down, it's a 14, 17-point game. So we all got to get better at it. And I take as much of responsibility as anybody. So, our kids are eager to, we're excited about a big win on the road. And for that, we can be thankful because it's not easy to win on the road. And all these teams in our conference are all pretty good, and so to go to their place and to start like that and win with some of the guys we had playing that maybe hadn't played in as big of games too. So